Hello, day 2, June 13th. It's Friday the 13th today. One of my favorite days. I was born on the 13th, May 13th. So 13 holds a near and dear place to my heart. Uh, um, yeah, 13 is lucky actually, because in Chinese it's like will live. 13 sounds like that, and 14 is actually unlucky, 4 sounding like death. So it's Friday the 13th, 2025. um, and a lot has happened since yesterday. Doing a lot of fun things. The momentum keeps going. Shared out some of my teaser trailers, to some of my close friends, and good responses so far, which is exciting. I was like, I don't know how this is going to turn out. It's that thing where you're like sitting there, I'm sitting there and I'm creating and I'm trying to like put things together, and then I don't know how it's going to come out. So then do you share it? Do you show it to people? And then it's interesting because like once you put it out, then it's out there and people respond to it, which is really interesting. Like the post, that Instagram post that I posted yesterday, I'm so excited. Like people are like responding to it and liking it, which is really cool. It's not about the likes and all of that, but like look at this silly post. I showed it yesterday, but I'm going to show it again. So I put that out and just kept on designing. And one of the exciting things that happened was I've been thinking of how to make the manual, what to call it. Is it a guide? Is it a blueprint? And I think I finally found the solution. I found what I want to call it. So came across the name, where I was looking at those. I started thinking about those Chinese martial arts movies, the olden time ones with all the magic and everything. And they have these like books, usually like old paper books, bound with string on one side, and they contain the martial secrets, which is cool. I always love that. So then came to the name of the manual. So I was able to design that in Canva, and I love what I put together. I'm going to share with you what that looks like. This is one version of it. This is pretty close. The original one. The actual one's going to look a little bit different, but I found a whole bunch of concentric circle kind of frames or like borders in Canva and put them all together and created this. So if you can look, there's binding on the side. If you look really carefully, there's little holes, and then the label over here. I did some other fun stuff with that, but I'm not going to get too much into it right now. This is the whole thing. I'm calling it the Haizhen mandala. Nice little symbol. Started making some like mock-ups for t-shirts and things like that that look really cool. Really excited about all of that coming together. So it's been a good day. A lot has happened in 24 hours, which is exciting. I'm getting more comfortable with that idea of just building things, putting things together, creating, and trusting that it's going to come through and land in the way that it needs to land. So I'm going to keep going. I've also written up, I started scheduling out some emails. Who did I tell? I can't remember if I announced the launch date for this thing yet, July 31st. And I was writing the pre-launch email sequences. So I've got 3 emails in drafts, completed drafts, which is really exciting. Super helpful to have this launch plan from Crystal. And then I was getting to the launch. I was like, how do I do this? Because I have people locally that I would imagine would benefit from this program, so they'll come out. And then I have people online that I would love to share this out with and hopefully bring in that audience as well. So then how can I launch in a way that does something for both audiences? So I wanted to have a live launch and then what's going to happen with people online. So I was thinking of this idea of kind of like a 1 hour masterclass to kick off the event, kind of go through the main chunk, or like the kind of like the gateway drug into this whole system. And of course, it lives on human design, it lives on hypnosis, it lives on like a whole bunch of other learnings. And at the same time, the most important thing, of course, in human design is strategy and authority. Everything comes back to that. So that's where my shore to core protocol, that using your strategy and authority and checking in how you've responded and made decisions with your signature and your not self theme. It just shore to core. It's taking you from the shores of confusion to the core essence, to your core essence. And I'd love to go through that, talk about the body field, introduce this idea of like how we sense and perceive and pick up all this information and use it to live our lives. And then I'm not sure kind of where else, but I'd love to do like a 1 hour kind of talk. That's kind of the idea. And whether it's 1 hour or half an hour, like thinking about how to best use that time, spend some time to introduce the program, get things exciting, hyped up, and then figure out what happens online. Christian said that she would be interested in helping out. We could probably have B come in and help out as well, moderate online. So that'll be fun. Then I have to put a crew together to manage the in-person stuff, because I probably shouldn't do it myself. One of the big lessons over the last 5 years, especially, and I don't think it really crystallized or sank in until recently, which is like, I can't do it all myself. So I need help, and that's okay. So got to think on that, and I'm sure that those pieces are going to fall in place over the next while. I still got plenty of time. It's June 13 now, looking at July 31st launch. So we'll just see kind of what continues to come up in the field, what continues to come up in my awareness, so that I can continue to look for those invitations and respond to them as they come. And in the meanwhile, I'll just keep on doing my thing. The other really fun thing is, always wanted to make merch, right? Like there was a funnel course, I think, by Russell Brand, maybe that guy, doing ClickFunnels. He's talking about like, oh, you're starting a movement, so then you have to have merch, and you have to have like people wearing your clothes and things like that. And I had designed some other stuff before, and it was fine, but nothing as nice as this. And maybe this is a good place to end off, because this is the last thing that I had created. So we got a little sweatshirt with the logo, Haizhen logo, and then the mandala on the back. So kind of like this. Yeah. So that's kind of the vibe to kind of create. It's like move all over. I have like this overall like high level kind of view of what's happening, and then it's starting to come together in all these different pieces, and just taking action, taking that aligned action. Like, aligned action, isn't everything aligned? It's so hard to conceptualize what is not aligned action, because even when, as an individual, I'm going through and doing things, I'm still the one doing it. So I am still present. And at the same time, somehow, some of those actions are not always aligned. So this alignment feels true. It feels like that idea of projector success, the flow, and it's wonderful. There's so many things going on, so many things that like I could really be doing, and I'm confident that they will all get done. So now it's just a matter of continuing to keep putting one foot in front of the other. So let's go. What else did I do? I finished off my website, kind of got it in a good place. Was there anything else? Started work on a YouTube banner, and then that kind of moved me into making the cover for my manual, trying to get a design aesthetic. So that's good. So it's really nice. I think the interesting observation that I could make is like I started this journey um, to start conceptualizing putting this big program together maybe January of this year or end of last year. I'd have to look back at the exact date, but started doing that. And at first it really felt like stabbing in the dark, just like really guessing, coming up with ideas and then coming up with new ideas and then just continuing to find a way that makes it more and more aligned, making it feel better and better. And the words are coming more naturally to describe this thing. Initially, it's like, what are you doing? I'm making this thing. It's a human design coaching. It's a hypnosis program. It's something. And I'm still like struggling to explain it at times, just at the tip of my tongue. And part of that, I think, is just knowing how it lands. So I'm just starting to put it out there, testing it with people, getting feedback. And it's been really positive. It's been positive in the sense that people understand or they make their own connections, which is also just as good, in my opinion. In my opinion, as if I could have any opinions other than my own. And that might have taken me on a tangent and made me lost my train of thought. So it could be a good time to end this. It's fun. It's like one day, 24 hours, putting this down, and so much has moved already, I feel. So we're going to keep it going. Going to keep having some fun. Anything last? Anything last? Oh, people are starting to ask, what is Haizhen? And the tagline for the whole thing is just a simple, this is Haizhen, which in my mind kind of means like everything is Haizhen. It's like an approach. It can be your everything. What does it mean specifically? Like at that broad level is to shake things up, shake the world. And maybe it doesn't need to be explained. Maybe it's one of those things where when you understand that Hai is the word for sea or ocean, talking about the large bodies of water, talking about the ocean or the sea of our experience in life. And then the Zen part is actually like shake in Chinese, zhan, to shake, or like a quake. So shaking things up, shaking up the world. Shake the world is kind of the vibe. Going to shake things up, change things around, and that's what this approach is. And it all starts with you. All starts with you, which is to say, it all starts with ourselves. We have to be showing up in our worlds as that clean vessel, as ourselves in the truest sense. What was that thing that I wrote? Maybe I should look at this email because I feel like I had a thought there. Yo. Where are you, emails? I guess I could click this link. Open. Handy. Here. Haizhen means to shake things up. Vibrate highest, I said. Especially in the spiritual community where it talks about, like, you got to vibrate higher, vibe higher. I'm high vibration right now. Like, what does that mean? And ultimately, the highest vibration is when you are in full alignment with yourself. So it's not a competition of like, I am vibrating higher than you. It's if you are operating in your alignment and I'm operating in my alignment, we're vibrating at the same frequency, that same high frequency. And it's not that high is better. And it's not that high always means that things are good. You can be in full alignment and having the worst day of your life. And when you are doing both of those things, maybe things won't be so bad. And if they are, you'll know how to come back out of it. So let's shake things up. Let's do it.